Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into today's topic, I want to take a moment to ask you to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Subscribing helps the channel grow, allows us to bring you more eye-opening content, and ensures you never miss an update. Your support is what keeps this channel going, and we appreciate every one of you. A big shout out to all our regular subscribers. Thank you for your continued support and engagement. And for all the new subscribers, welcome. We're glad to have you here. You've been requesting that I cover today's topic, and I've listened. So let's get into it. Addressing Filipina dating scams. Before we talk about Terrence Flannery and his channel, A Foreigner in the Philippines, I want to address the overwhelming feedback I received from viewers regarding my previous video about Filipina dating scams. Many of you reached out to share your experiences, and I appreciate the discussions this topic has generated. One particular subscriber, who was a longtime follower of the Raw Facts, shared an insightful story. He decided to test what we had discussed in our previous video. He joined several dating sites and, as expected, was immediately bombarded with messages from Filipina women. He was told how guapo, handsome he was, and he heard the all too familiar script, "Age is just a number. I hate Filipino men. They are all cheaters. I want a serious relationship with a foreigner." But instead of falling for the usual tricks, he played it smart. He chatted with these women but never sent them a single cent, no matter the excuse. "My phone screen is broken. I have no load. I can't message you. I need new shoes. My sister needs tuition money. My mother is sick and needs medicine." Guess how many of these women stayed around? None, not one. The moment they realized they wouldn't get any money from him, they vanished. This just proves what we've been saying. There is no real connection, no real love. It's all about the money. Those who believe otherwise are only fooling themselves. This scam is rampant in the Philippines, and many foreign men fall victim to it, thinking they've found true love when, in reality, they've just become an ATM for some opportunistic woman. But it doesn't stop with just dating scams. There are more elaborate scams in place, and that brings us to today's main topic, Terrence Flannery, exposing Terrence Flannery. Terrence Flannery, the man behind A Foreigner in the Philippines, is nothing more than a big-time scammer who continues his deception to this day. This is a man who arrived in the Philippines with nothing, dead broke. He then picked up a woman decades younger than himself, and through relentlessly begging and scamming has amassed a fortune. Just take a look at what he has now. A massive house with a swimming pool, a brand new Ford Raptor, a seemingly endless supply of funds, despite having no job or income. Now ask yourself, how does a man who is unemployed, broke, and has no source of income manage to acquire all of this? The answer is simple. It doesn't need to be spelled out. He has manipulated, deceived, and taken advantage of naive and well-meaning foreigners who fall for his sob stories and false promises. Flannery presents himself as a missionary with a so-called church and a noble mission to help foreigners find love and live happily in the Philippines. But in reality, this is nothing more than a front for his elaborate money-making scheme, the Mitch fiasco. For those who remember the disaster involving Mitch, this is a prime example of Flannery's deception. He helped Mitch find a woman knowing full well that she already had a boyfriend. Despite this, he still encouraged the relationship, leading to inevitable heartbreak and devastation for Mitch. In the end, Mitch was left betrayed, humiliated, and financially drained. He had to leave the Philippines, counting his losses, while Flannery and his associates laughed all the way to the bank. And let's not forget Brian Smith, another key player in this scam network. He played a role in the setup, further proving that these so-called foreigners helping foreigners are nothing more than wolves in sheep's clothing. The broader issue of scamming in the Philippines. This situation with Mitch is not an isolated incident. It happens every day to countless foreigners who come to the Philippines believing in the illusion of love and a fresh start. These scams come in many forms. Love scams, where women milk foreign men for money before disappearing. Investment scams, where foreigners are lured into fake businesses or property deals. Charity scams, where money supposedly meant for the needy ends up in the pockets of scammers. In the case of Flannery, he capitalized on all of these. He presented himself as a charitable man, helping the poor and guiding foreigners, but the only thing he was truly helping was his own bank account. Conclusion and final warning. If there's one lesson to be learned here, it's this: always be skeptical, always ask questions, and never, under any circumstances, send money to someone you've just met online. Whether it's a sweet-talking Filipina or a foreigner claiming to be your guide in the Philippines, 99% of the time they are after your money. Terrence Flannery is a prime example of what happens when people let their guard down and believe in fairy tales. He built his entire life in the Philippines on the backs of unsuspecting foreigners who thought they were supporting a noble cause. So before you fall for another sad story, remember, Mitch, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps us continue exposing these scams and bringing the truth to light. Thanks for watching.